Right. So between that definition of the problem and the implementation of a strategy, there's a number of things that we need to take into account. All right. So first of all, as mentioned before, is we need to consider everybody's point of view. Okay, it's often the quietest person that has the best possible solutions that they can contribute. Okay, so brainstorming is a method in which we can do this. Uh, One of the issues with brainstorming is that often people are criticized and judged. We've all been in situations like that where we feel criticized, and that's when we are going to limit the amount of contributions that we make. Okay, so people have to feel free and willing to have their say and contribute. Look at the solutions and see whether they satisfy those issues that were identified beforehand. Okay, many a solution has been implemented, and there's a realization later on that it's not actually solving the problem. Sometimes it is best to combine one or two ideas that come up. Okay, there may be a reason that one idea or two ideas or even three ideas need to be considered. Combine them and take the best possible solution and implement that. Right, routine thinking versus creative thinking. Yeah. Routine thinking is your everyday thinking that requires logic, consistency, and attention to detail. Yeah, you can understand that creative thinking is something quite different. Yeah, it's something that doesn't happen every day. Okay, it's not consistent. There needs to be ways in which that you can create a competitive advantage, and through creative thinking, you can do that. Okay, the buzzword is innovation. It's a word that we hear all the time in this changing environment that we live in. Ways in which you can be innovative, ways in which you can solve problems with innovative ideas. Uber is an example of that. Airbnb is an example of that. Okay, using technologies to solve problems. Now, we all have experienced some sort of mental block to creativity. Okay, people are often taught that there is only one answer. It's not true, not necessarily the case, particularly when you're looking at creative solutions to problems. Yeah, people are afraid of looking foolish or being criticized, as mentioned in the previous slide, when brainstorming. So that might be a mental block. Yeah, people feel like it's difficult to remove themselves from that routine thinking. Okay, change is always a very scary thing for people in working environments. Okay, they feel comfortable in those situations. So getting people out of these comfort zones is very important. Okay, that's why a lot of team building happens outside of the workplace. They try to be logical and practical, which often inhibits that innovation. Yeah. And also preconceived ideas, preconceived biases also have an effect on the person's ability to think creatively. Okay, so that can be a limitation for people. Okay, working with others is critical in these situations. Imperative that we are able to work with others, but also seeing the advantage of working with others. People have different points of view, different opinions. So through this, you can initiate creative thinking. It's sometimes difficult to work with other people, okay, and also difficult to be creative on your own as well, okay, because you need to be stimulated. So it's important to be able to bounce ideas off other people. Okay, this might trigger you and your ideas as well. Okay, we need to enable creative thinking to happen in the workplace. Okay, so we need to create an environment or promote creativity in an environment. Okay, always think of the movie The Internship with Owen Wilson, where they go into Google, and you can see straight away how Google actually tries to stimulate that creativity with how they set up their environment, with the freedom of which their employees are able to work. It does require a great deal of education, does require a particular type of employee as well. It doesn't work in every environment. Okay, so employees need to feel that they can question, they can challenge, they can try fresh new approaches to things. In this way, they can be innovative and without feeling criticized or judged.